All right, welcome to another episode of The Toy Chef with me, FX France, Chefatron. And before we go to the questions and question and answers, I'd like to talk about a couple things. Suggestion was done by Rick Schmidt. He wanted me to talk about the reveals at CybertronCon 2016. I think it happened in Shanghai, China. All right, a couple things I was very interested in. The Sickshot, oh, Titans Return Sickshot. I never had it as a kid. Very excited that there's an updated version that Hasbro is going to come out with. Very excited about Sickshot. Triptychon. Oh my goodness, I'm all over that figure. I'm all over that figure. I wanted a Triptychon when I was a kid. Now I get another chance. I do have the reissue of the G1 Triptychon, which I've kept mint in box. No reason to review it right now, but um, I, I I'm happy with the fact that there's going to be a Titans Return version, so that's great. A couple more things. We're gonna get Hot Rod. We're gonna get Kickback. Finally, Kickback to complete our Insecticon Triumvirate. And lastly, no, the Sharkticon. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna army build that thing. Army build the heck out of that thing. A lot of collectors are gonna be army building that. I hope Hasbro comes up with a nice case assortment for that. It's like 2 or 3 in a case. That may be easier for collectors to get it. So very, very nice reveals for CybertronCon 2016. The other thing I wanted to talk about was this new thing Alex and I are watching. Alex is now, well, she's in the third grade. She's about 8 years old, and I thought she'd be old enough to watch some Netflix. Not Daredevil, not definitely not Daredevil, not Jessica Jones, but Stranger Things. I just downloaded it. It's actually pretty good. We've seen the first couple episodes. Wow. we had to we had to hold back from binge watching everything because it's school night, and oh, Alex and I are enjoying it, and it's a nice show. And Netflix really, really has some interesting, really nice shows, and I think they're giving HBO a run for their money, as well as the guys who make Walking Dead and Breaking Bad and whatnot, AMC. So really, really nice. If you haven't seen Stranger Things, well, who hasn't, right? Give it a shot. Check out the first episode. You're gonna get hooked. Okay, so let's go with the Q&A. This is just few questions. Let's start with Like It's 1985. He says, I really like what you had to say about adults collecting toys. For your next Q&A, you speak English very well, but I assume it's your second language. Yes, it's my second language. Filipino is my first language, my mother language. I also fully agree. If so, how did you learn to speak English? Okay. And another question, if I may, what is your favorite food to eat, and what food do you dislike the most? Okay, how I learned to speak. I went to a Jesuit university. It's called Ateneo, here in Manila. Best school in the country, and they teach you very good English. And I watch a lot of TV, YouTube. I've been to the U.S. several times. I've been going to the U.S. since I was in the third grade or fourth grade. I can't remember. So I don't know. I don't know how, but I just got it. Okay, what's my favorite food of all time? Well, I like Japanese food. My family and I, we eat a lot of Japanese food because it's very healthy. It's just great. It's great food. But my all-time favorite food when I was a kid, and my comfort food has always been lasagna. My mom's lasagna. It's a little bit drier than the classic Italian one. It's I don't know. It has so much childhood memories with it. But my mom's lasagna is my favorite. She puts, well, I don't know what she puts in. Well, I do, but it's how she cooks it that really, really matters, and I love it. The food I dislike the most. You heard of bitter gourd? In Manila, we call it ampalaya or ampalaya. That's how you say it. You say ampalaya or ampalaya. It's a bitter gourd. It's like a wrinkly. It's it looks like a cucumber, a huge cucumber that has very wrinkly skin. Bitter gourd. It has lots of health benefits, but oh God, I cannot for the life of me eat it. Yeah. All right. Decom Prime says, it's just a comment. I fully agree with you and I'll stop collecting toys. I pretty much knew what your response would be, but I really wanted to know your response to the question. It makes me happy. Excuse me. And it's better than doing drugs or hurting yourself. I was surprised about your age. I thought that you were younger. Really? Very cool. Thanks. Okay. Uh, okay, Rick Schmidt, as I mentioned, she suggested that I talk about the reveals at CybertronCon. Uh, okay. Sebastian Lobos. Okay. So I got a question, and it is, which Transformers figure is your favorite in Generations? The Generations line that came before Combiner Wars. Excuse me. Um, Sorry, I got an allergy going. Huh. It's gotta be RC. The Fembots. RC and Wimblade. Those are Chromia. Very, very nice molds. Okay, Hot Rod 271 FTW. Um, he's asking, Chefatron, who is your favorite aerial bot? The Skyfire count? Silverbolt. Silverbolt, I suppose. Autobot Gamer 21. Will you do a movie review? Oh, will you do a movie review of Transformers 5? Also, you think that with all the new G1 style Transformers coming out, that Hasbro will eventually make them all G1 fembots? I'm hoping they make the fembots. Really, really. All we need is Elita 1. Uh, who else do we need? Yeah, it'd be nice to have Maxima. Oh man, I'd love to have a toy version of that. Yeah, Transformers 5 definitely. I'm a big Transformers fan despite all the crap I say about the Bayverse movies. Oh, I am just hoping this Transformers 5 will have good writing in it, a good plot, and I don't care about the explosions and all that, but I hope it's got a good plot. I'll definitely make a review of it. Definitely. All right. Spidey Nerd 1610. What is your favorite Spider-Man toy line from the favorite Spider-Man storyline? Sorry, from the comics storyline. Spider-Verse, I suppose. Uh, Knight of Ren 789. Thanks for answering my question, Chef. I had two other questions. Do you think that the 5 POA point of articulation Star Wars line is growing or dying? Second question: what are your top 5 favorite TF Chug figures? Thanks. Apart from the I like Trax for sentimental reasons. I like Hound. I like the Fembots. I like the Henkei Optimus Prime, and maybe the Drift Blur mold. Yeah. Uh, 5 points of articulation figures. Oh, well, you know how I feel about that if you've seen my reviews of it. Uh, Growing or dying? I think Hasbro is really into this nostalgia thing, and they want collectors to get a feel of how toys were back in the 80s, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a good thing because that's how it was. There's a classic nostalgic feel good, but it's a, there's a lot of modern technology now, and they cannot reason that it's getting more expensive. They can save on packaging, but they don't. Uh, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it's growing or dying. I hope it's done. No. I hope it's I hope they balance it with the fully articulated figures and the 5 points of articulation. Okay, we're running out of time. I'm trying to keep the video short so it's not annoying. Joe Prime, which is the toy you're looking forward to the most from the Titans Return line? I think I already mentioned it. Fortress Maximus, I already have it. The Sickshot and those two legends, the Kickback and the Gnaw. Definitely, I hope you get it. Optimus Fire awesomeness. Awesome, bro. For Q&A, do you go to church, and will he coming to PA, Pennsylvania? I really want to see you. Pennsylvania is not in our itinerary for next year's trip. If I do, I've never been there. I'd love to go, but I'll let you guys know if we do. But next year's the priority is we get the kids to Disney World. Okay. Do I go to church? Yeah, sure. I'm Catholic. The RPG night. Hey, thanks for joining ICP. If you guys haven't joined Ayacon City, Philippines, oh wow, it's a great Facebook page to be a Transformers fan. We just talk about everything Transformers, mostly a lot of the sightings here in Manila. So you get to see what's going on here in Manila for Transformers. ICP. Ayacon City, Philippines. Go check it out on Facebook. If you're joining it, do let me know. I'll approve you because I'm an admin. But thanks, the RPG Knight, for joining. Yusuke Kaizen. Did I say it right? Sorry, man. Yusuke Kaizen. I know you're a Marvel fan. Who's your favorite and least favorite Marvel character, and why? My favorite's got to be the X-Men. That's the first comic books I started reading. Definitely. Least favorite? Oh, excuse me. Does it have to be? Can it be a villain? The Morlocks, or if it's a hero? If the heroes, Fantastic Four. I'm just not into the Fantastic Four. I'm sorry. Okay. Ba Joseph. Ba Joseph 67. Hey chef, does your wife Transformer post some of your figures? Been watching your reviews since 8 Hunt for the Decepticons Dark of the Moon time. Thanks, man. Love the reviews, but it would be cool to see the range of motion when you show the figures, but still it's up to you. My wife, no, she doesn't get involved in this. She buys the toys, but she doesn't get involved in the video. She's shy. She doesn't want to. Anyway. Sponge Monkey 26. What happened to your Marvel Legends shelf? Marvel Universe shelf? Yeah, earthquake. They just toppled it, I just got tired of it, and Data Slam. Okay, he says, Franz, I know you're not much of a third-party KO guy, but you absolutely must pick up MPF 12 oversized sideswipe. It's fit and fish organized beautifully well. Well, I haven't seen it. Maybe, I don't know, if my good buddy Jay gets me one, I might. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. What else? Mixie Boy, while I'm waiting for TR Deluxe's tour, have you watched Omni-Dub's Takara Transformers Trilogy Headmasters? Nope. If Hasbro make a Marvel based Transformers Gestalt figure, who will it be? Mine are either Manus or Abominus. Devastator for me, man. Oh, glasses and mouth plates. After learning that run a home-based bakery from the first Toy Chef episode, it makes me wonder if you ever think of running a toy shop as a Star Wars comic books themed bakery. It's kind of like how the pubs or restaurants there out there that display merchandise, memorabilia, fans use the same theme. Yeah, there are restaurants here that have the collectibles. One of my dreams are actually like I'll have a cafe, and beside it is like a hobby shop. So, when you buy these toys and want to talk about toys, you go to a cafe and you have a snack or something like that. That's kind of sort of a dream. My good buddy Jay also wanted to put up a toy shop, well, in this lifetime. And, well, who knows? Maybe when the kids have all grown up and gotten less bills to pay for, maybe Jay and I and the rest of the guys at Ayacon will come up with a toy shop with a cafe. I don't know. Before we're all too old and pruny to be collecting toys and something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for the question. Big T, have you thought about reviewing your 2007 movie one figures? Actually, I've reviewed several of them. There's just a couple I haven't reviewed. So go check it out on my old FX Trans channel. Okay, and that's about it. One more question. We have time? 20 minutes. We have time for one last question. Brandley Knotts. Hey Chefitron, I've been following your videos since your previous channel, FX Trans. Thanks, man. Means a lot. For everybody who's been following me since FX Trans and for Chefitron, thanks you guys. I was wondering if you are still considering picking up the Trypticon figure for the Titans Return line. I'm hoping it'll come up with Omega Supreme figure next. Keep up the good work with your vids, bro. You know what? As I mentioned, I am going to be picking up that Trypticon figure. I'm very excited about it. I hope they don't screw it up. And Omega Supreme, you know what? That was my vote. I actually voted for the Omega Supreme figure. I wanted Omega Supreme more than a Trypticon because Omega Supreme was one of my first big Transformers figure. I mean, first time I opened it for Christmas, I busted it. I broke that wheel that turned the legs. I didn't read the instructions. I didn't know how to pull out the leg, and I trashed it the first time I opened it, and I've been wanting another Omega Supreme ever since. I got that Year of the Snake Omega Supreme, but it's not quite the original. So I'm hoping they make a Titan's Return for that or something, whatever. But yeah, Trypticon Omega Supreme, definitely. If Hasbro makes that, well, Hasbro's making the Trypticon, I'm going to be getting it. So, if you want to know what I'll be working on, my next reviews are going to be the Wave 1 Deluxes, which just came out here in Manila, so be looking out for that. And that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you for all the questions. If you have more questions, please just write them now in this week's episode, and I'll do my best to answer them on the next episode of The Toy Chef. Until next time, thanks for watching.